Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we wonder why Jack Daniels is out bourboning bourbon. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Tim Swyatt, Turner Wathen, and Tony Friend.
Hey gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey guys.
Hey, we're going to have a fun show today. We're going to talk about JD out bourboning bourbon, and I honestly think they are. I think they're doing a hell of a job marketing to bourbon fans, and they've always, wanted to maintain this. We're very different. We're Tennessee whiskey, your bourbon, with two different things. I just think that the new products that they've launched all appeal to bourbon fans. I'll share some of those after the break. For right now, though, we're going to talk to Turner because he's got something we want to talk about. What is that, Turner?
I think it's on the forefront of everyone's mind, and I think it's something that we all think about daily, and when you're on the show, you have to deal with. But is cork popping a rigged game on this show? Is it rigged?
Is it rigged?
How would we rig it, Turner? This sounds like fucking jealousy if I've ever heard it. It sounds like you're blaming your poor performance on our good bottles.
Right.
Oh wow! So your bottles are better than my bottles? Now it's a bottle situation.
This is what I like to call gaslighting.
I'm wow.
Now, Turner, I have to agree with you here because I believe there was one show analysis I have done, and I have done many, but I haven't come public with them in our crew club, where I believe collusion amongst special guests and hosts and co-hosts was done to make sure somebody was boxed out of a cork pop.
Wow. Once again, this sounds like pure jealousy and hate from the people that just purely do not come with their A game. If you're going to show up with a shitty fucking bottle, with a shitty fucking cork, then you deserve to.
And you don't know where your microphone is.
You want to actually have a good mic setup. And
we see you holding your hand out over here when you clearly you're talking into a mic that's
Turner's running up back here, popping a fucking bottle, and he's angry that he can't hear the fucking bottle. You can barely even hear him on these shows, and he's upset that we can't hear his shitty fucking cork pops. I am so sorry, Turner, that you're so upset that you can't take responsibility for your shit fucking cork pops. Grow up.
Wow.
Grow up.
I really wish the audience could have seen the visual of this one. Miss Beka Sue actually was compelled to get out of her chair and walk to the back of her room while still ranting.
She never stopped ranting, though. That was the beautiful thing.
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's a good rant. And especially it's to Turner Wathen when he's fucking bitching about something else once again.
Yeah. Taking no personal responsibility there. Yeah.
Becca,
Lenny
you came in clear everywhere you went.
We made fun of Lenny and said, hey, Lenny, your cork pops fucking suck. And what did Lenny do? He stepped his game up. Last time we recorded with Lenny, he gets
to win. Yeah.
Step up or lose, Turner.
Yeah, he got a new mic. He did a whole thing. He dedicated himself. He's getting new bottles. Yeah. Yeah.
He got
You
good
guys wanna
stuff.
see my background? You want to keep talking trash to me? Look at my background. Okay?
Fair. I'm not trying to die.
A bed sheet.
I'm not
Hung
trying to
up.
get my fucking heart chopped out and ate like Army
Bottles
Hammer.
of
Right
lotion
behind
on
it.
the counter over there. Do you put
Yes.
lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again? There's like a back behind there.
Terrifying. So there's my
Basket tied
response.
to a rope as
That's
well.
good.
I don't know what that means.
It's good. I knew that one would deliver, and I think you all are frauds, except for Tim.
Yeah. But for Tim, even
Yeah,
Tony's in on this.
because
you're
Tim
saying.
also pretends to step up with his little arm that he's got over here, but he's, I mean,
Yeah.
do what you want here, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say it's not a setup because last time I was on here, I got 0 cork pop. No one could hear me at all. I
Yeah.
adjusted some settings, and now I'm back to good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at Tony.
Tony's
Tony
winning.
even got kind of a little bit of fuzziness to his voice. Guess what? He's still won. Turner,
He's a winner.
step up or lose.
Step up. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, guess what? It's time to
No.
drink and do the cork pop. So, yeah. We'll save Turner and Tim for last. So, yeah. Tony, we'll lead this one with you.
All right, I'll keep it in the Brown Foreman family. Got a little Woodford Reserve chocolate malt whisper.
Okay.
Little guy.
Good cork pop though. Solid. We'll see.
Spectacular.
I've got Knob Creek here, single barrel select. So we'll see. We'll see what we got. Squeaky and bad. Tony's got the lead. Miss Beka Sue, you're next.
I don't know how this one's going to perform, so I'm not going to act upset when I suddenly don't win.
Right.
Just going to say that real quick. But I do have some Barker's Mill here. It's not a well-loved bottle, but I don't remember how these ones perform. But this is from our friends over at MB Rollin'.
Okay.
Not much.
That was
But
decent.
guess what? It's okay.
It's okay.
I accept that.
No
I know
collusion.
that
Becca doesn't have the lead. Tony does. So, yeah. All right. Let's have Tim go because his is usually completely silent. So we'll see what he does.
Come on, Tim.
All right, let's give this a try. We're going to do some Rolling Fork rum. This was distilled in Barbados, 8.8 years.
That's the one Becca wanted.
That's the one that Becca wanted, yes, but she got the Jamaican, and she loved it. It was like fruit cocktail
It was so good.
on the ocean. Let's give this a try.
That thing.
What do you think, Turner? He's got the lead now based on
I
that?
think you all muted him. And upped everyone else's volume. And that's why Tim's a victim. So I'm going to prove
Made an example of again.
Tony's our leader. Turner, what do you got?
I'm celebrating tonight with my sheet back there. Going to do a little Wild Turkey Decades.
Okay.
This is probably, and here we go, everybody. Silence. Silencio. Nothing.
Oh, I heard it.
We could hear it. We could hear it.
So
that time.
cute. It was so cute, but that's not what we play for, cuteness. So clearly Tony won there. So, yeah, there you go.
Tony!
Tony, cheers.
Cheers.
Come on, Tony.
Way to be part of the group, Tony.
Wait a minute. I just got a text. Oh, it's from Turner saying he protests this cork pop. So, yeah, Tony, it's under review. So we'll let you know next week whether or not your appeal is denied or not, Turner. Okay.
It's
So,
a rigged election.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. All right. Well, congratulations to Tony and cheers, gang. Cheers. All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Jack Daniels and wonder if they're out bourboning bourbon. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Fosnot and
Jim Fosnot.
And we are recording the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Jack Daniels. And are they out bourboning bourbon?
Yes, they are. I think so anyway. Let me just throw this out to you guys. This is just in the last year. In the last year, Jack Daniels announced all these. And tell me that I'm wrong, that they're not trying to appeal to bourbon fans. The first one, Bottled and Bond. That's clearly, you see that in bourbon more than any other distilled spirit. It's a bourbon thing. They came out with their first ever Bottled and Bond product, a twice barreled single malt. Again, it seems like the bourbon fans are trying to explore a little bit, going with single malts. I don't know. Maybe that's not. I don't know. Another thing, they're going after their Coy Hill thing, which is high proof single barrels, and a lot of these are hazmat level. Again, hot as can be right now in the world of bourbon, hazmats. JD's they're putting them out. They're putting out a product that in many instances is over 140 proof. They got one out called Triple Mash, which is a blend of 3 mash bills. Again, talking mash bills, that's something we talk a lot about in bourbon. Then they've got a toasted maple barrel rye. Again, toasted. What bourbon company doesn't have a toasted offering out these days? And then they have a toasted barrel finished rye as well. So it feels like they've awoken to a bourbon, and they're just doing a great job for a big company. I mean, the closest we can say from the world of bourbon would be Beam, and I think that they're doing things that are even exceed what Beam's doing out there that are bourbon-like these days. What do you guys think about JD and what they got going on now?
I would have loved. Go ahead, Turner.
I was just going to say that, Steve, you talked about their growth in product options. I think their packaging is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And the higher end stuff, the boxes that they use, and the bottle type that they use, and just from soup to nuts. I think I agree with you, Steve. I think whoever is doing their product development, keep that person going and don't let that person stop. Whatever idea they come up with that they want to
roll with it. Yeah.
We'll fucking do it.
Yeah. Well, what were you saying, Tim?
I would love to have been in the strategy meeting probably 3 to 5, 6 years ago, where somebody must have gotten really hurt by somebody at all the other big bourbon distillers to say, we're fucking going after them. And This is what we're doing. Because they're coming guns blazing with everything. So somebody had a bad breakup with somebody at one of our other heritage brands. They're all dating together, and they're on the marketing team and said, this is what we're going to do. And because to plan this thing out like they have, this is not just made up and just throw in the still and then throw it in a barrel and put it right back into a bottle. This has been well thought out for a while. So somebody was saying, okay, they're making plans for 3, 5, 6 years, 10 years in a row. This must have been made pre-pandemic, had to be.
Yeah, big company like that, they absolutely. They don't turn on a dime. So yeah,
something happened amongst to create this type of competitive nature, or or to do something like this, because this is so well thought out that all the stars align for them to absolutely take market share away. And I can only imagine what the mixologists and the bartenders are having fun with all their accounts, with each of these different expressions and the variation of cocktails they can make with these things.
I think you're right. Someone got dumped.
Yep. Yeah. Somebody got really hurt.
Someone got dumped.
Yeah.
And they said,
this
fuck
is like
these
revenge.
Guys.
Right. Yeah.
Becca, I've got a question for you, because, I know that you're not a fan of the Jack Daniel's brand or anything like that. And you're more definitely Kentucky whiskey if you're going to talk, bourbon and that type of thing. But do you even see do you see it as man, they are coming after, courting bourbon fans for sure, aren't they? Is that the way you see it too?
I don't think about Jack Daniels at all.
Okay. Well, there you go. When this is presented to you, again, it's not saying that the marketing's working with you personally, but can you at least be objectively say, wow, it looks like when I see this list, it looks like that's stuff that,
it does objectively look like they're attempting to do that. Yes. Right. But I mean, I don't have people like coming in being like, I don't know, this doesn't taste like my Jack Daniels. Like, and like, I haven't had anyone even bring it up to me at any point. Like, I haven't had, like, we have, hundreds of people that come into the distillery all the time saying all the things that they love to drink. And other than just like regular, like number 9, like I haven't had anyone come in and be like, well, I've had this one from Jack Daniels and that's my favorite. So maybe just not that many people have drank it yet. So there's not like a wide base that we're personally seeing. Cause I ask that, I don't want to say every single tasting, but a lot of times on tasting, I go, what's your favorite thing that you're sipping on right now, whiskey wise? I haven't heard anyone talk about it, but like I said, I don't even think about Jack Daniels.
My question is, what about like the Coy Hill? Why we know that hazmat is people are interested in that. Bourbon fans love it. You could see the premiums that happen to these products on secondary, what happens to them when they are. Why is Jack Daniels doing this and Beam doesn't have anything like that? Why?
True.
Why is that, you think? And they have, Beam has huge stock. I'm sure there's got to be some that
gotta have stuff that's crazy high.
Right. Why isn't people lining up outside of Beam Distillery to buy their latest hazmat thing? Why? Again, I think they're out burboning bourbon.
That Tim's right, because it's not like Jack Daniels wasn't selling.
Right.
It's not like at any point, like Jack Daniels sponsors so many just random events like Sturgis, and they sponsor all those different things where that's like the only whiskey you can really drink at these places. And like Jack Daniels is drank by so many people around the world.
Right.
Why all of a sudden start doing this? Spite.
But yeah.
This was purely out of spite, out of someone at Jack Daniels, out of spite, just being like, you know what? Fuck Kentucky. We're going to do something that we can do probably just as well as they have. And I haven't tasted these things. I would like to actually taste them just to see like what in comparison it tastes like to, Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I would love to taste through that entire lineup of stuff just to see what the comparison is.
Kind of do some comparisons based on price. That'd be the fairest way to do it.
I said a joke like I don't think about Jack Daniels at all, but like I would love to see. Like I'm sure that some of this is really good. Like there's no reason why it wouldn't be good.
Right. Because their single barrels are good, and now we got hazmat single barrels. I think that certainly is interesting to me for sure. Yeah. Tony, what do you think about all this that's going on?
Yeah, I think it could be a spillover from some of the other Brown-Forman portfolios, such as Old Forester and Woodford Reserve. Like they've been doing all these special distillery series over at Woodford for many years now, with different proofs, different mash bills, and all that. And then you had the revitalization over at Old Forester with Jackie Zykin, and coming out with even this Old Forester single barrel proof, and all the other new products. So they've been coming out with new products in the other brands. So I think it's just a spillover from that.
It could be. It definitely could be, because there was this huge turnaround with Old Forester. Old Forester was kind of the stodgy old brand that people kind of set aside, and it came back and ended up being, appealing to people across the board. I think Jackie did drive a lot of that. I just think she was this young person that comes in and is cool, and people like her, and she's intelligent and able to command a room when you go see her at breakout sessions at your local bourbon meeting and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think that maybe that, because it's owned under the same parent company, maybe some of that is spillover from that for sure.
Yeah, over at Old Forester, you'll have the 86 and the 100 series for many years, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still find it odd that with each of those are either distillery only, very local, very limited supplies, just a few runs to be able to get that done. They're thinking about that. These guys have put this whole thing in every market that they're in. They flooding the market with this thing. Somebody really got pissed off and said, "We're going in, we're going big, and you want to do this? We're Jack fucking Daniels, and we can turn on a dime just like this. So we can do anything here, whatever maybe." I think it's very entertaining.
To Becca's point too, to go back to that, I don't think that them focused on bourbon fans has any impact on the Neely family distilleries of the world. No one's switching to be like, "Hey, I used to drink Neely, but now Jack Daniels has got this cool stuff." But you know who might be is a Beam. Maybe Beam numbers start to shift a little bit. And again, that's where that's their competitor. That's who the Giants are fighting. And what happens sometimes when the Giants fight? Well, sometimes the little people get hurt, but sometimes it just, they go about their business and things don't change at all. And that's because they're hurling big rocks at each other. And yeah, it definitely feels like that's what's going on here for sure.
Well, you're right, Steve. I mean, where are they going to find growth? They're going to find growth through acquisition. Look who's been taken out over the last 2 years. They're going to do through acquisition, or they're going to go through these mass all-in chip moves like I think Daniels did and said, listen, we're not going to go buy somebody else and put another brand here. We're going to do Jack Daniels. We're going to do it big. Let's think out there and go with it and just put all their chips in on these things.
Yeah.
You look what Heaven Hill just bought. You look at what Campari just bought. You look at everything going on, all the acquisitions. They're buying growth. The folks getting picked up are some of the fastest growing distilleries in the United States, and now they're getting all gobbled up because they can't find it out of their standard products. It's not that Jack Daniels having a problem with selling standard Jack Daniels, but maybe it's slowing down, and this is a way to pick up sales, draw attention, and we keep it all in house.
Yep. Yeah. Well, there you go. Just a fun topic that we like to talk about from time to time. Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, the bourbon industry. So fun stuff. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you.
You can find me on my next trip to Neely Family Distillery telling Beka Sue that, Jack Daniels is my favorite daily drinker at the tasting bar. And then also on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
Yeah, Turner.
You can find me at rollingforkrum.com or on social media, Instagram and Facebook at Rolling Fork Rum.
Tony.
You can find me on Instagram at Glass of Whiskey 86.
Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram, not drinking Jack Daniels, but maybe sampling it.
What happens if you try it and you're just like,
I might love it.
I've been waiting for my whole life.
Hey, guess what? I might love it, but I got the whiskey factory down the road, and so it's not like I'm going to be buying it.
Whoa. What if they elect to sponsor you and they're like, you can't talk?
That would be really funny.
Like that hat, it's got to go. That's got to be a Jack Daniels hat.
Like,
no more Neely family
switch
hat.
all your branding to Jack Daniels.
Right.
I'm like, well, if I have to, and I'll be wearing just Jack Daniels.
You know who would be fine with it is your husband. If there's a way that you're suddenly making money, yes, he'd be like, yeah, we'll take their money. He wouldn't be like, no.
How much are we making off of Jack Daniels?
Right.
I'm like, a lot. They're like, he's like, yeah, wear all your Jack Daniels stuff.
Yeah. You'd be wearing it down to the distillery. He wouldn't care. If the check's big enough, he's fine with it. Believe me.
Yeah, I'd say Jack.
There's one thing I know about Royce. He likes money. So yeah.
JD all the way.
Yeah, there you go. All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. People were surprised to hear that we've got over 3,000 podcasts out there. We do. So check us out at abvnetwork.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Adios.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.